Hello everyone, Danny here today to talk to you about the audiobook Mind Gym. Now this audiobook, if you read the publisher summary, if you go based on the title, you would really think that this audiobook is just about training your mind for athletics, training your mind for mental toughness. It covers a lot more than that. There's a wide range of topics that this book really does cover. But before I get into that, this is the point where I normally have a request to make. Instead, I have an announcement to make. There's going to be some changes coming to my YouTube channel, and I don't know what they are going to be, so I'm just forewarning that changes will be coming. What's happened is I have been offered and accepted a promotion with my company, so I will be moving out of the trucks and into an office. I'm still going to listen to audiobooks. I fully plan on putting out reviews of the audiobooks I listen to, but obviously I won't be going through several books a week. I mean, right now it's easy for me to put out 2 videos a week because I go through more books than that in a week, and I can even pick and choose. Yes, this is the book I want to talk about. The last audiobook I finished, while it was a good audiobook, I couldn't think of anything really to say about the book, so I decided not to do a review on it. I won't have that option anymore, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through books, so I don't know yet, basically. Just forewarning, changes will be coming, and as I figure things out, I will let you know about them. Now, to this book. This is a book that I actually got from Audible a couple of years ago. I don't remember if I paid a credit for it. I honestly don't remember how I got it. I have listened to it more than once. And there's really 2 reasons why I've listened to it more than once. The first reason is the usefulness of the content in the book, the interesting subjects that the book covers. The second reason is the fascinating stories in this audiobook. Now, the author is a sports psychologist who has worked with a multitude of professional athletes, professional baseball and football teams. He's worked a lot with some of my absolute favorite teams, the Seattle Mariners and the Seattle Seahawks. I love them, always have. And so a lot of his stories, he tells stories on Alex Rodriguez when he was a Mariner, Ken Griffey Jr., Lou Piniella. He tells stories about Seahawks, Jamie Moira. He's not a Seahawk, he's a Mariners, used to be a Mariners pitcher. And a lot of the other players that he mentions and tells stories about, even if they're not Seahawks or Mariners, they're people that I know of, and he doesn't just talk baseball and football, golf, tennis, a whole slew, girls basketball. There's even a story about a high school girls basketball player in there. And he doesn't just cover mentally training your mind for sports. He doesn't just cover training your mind for mental toughness. Everything in the book revolves around sports. Every subject in the book is come to from the direction of sports. And honestly, there are parts of it that, at least in my life, I haven't found a way to apply outside of sports. But then there's a lot of it that easily applies to other areas in your life other than sports. Now, as an example of something that for me, I haven't been able to apply to anything but sports, he talks about the value of competition in team sports. He talks about the benefits of it, and he talks about the harm that comes from an improper attitude. He talks about having a proper attitude towards it. He talks about sportsmanship, being a good sport, how as a parent you can use sports and competition to grow and aid your children, and how as a parent you can use sports and competition to really do harm to your children. He goes off of different topics like that. Topics of, he tells stories of parents doing crazy things to people because of their kids in sports, which we've all, anyone who's had kids in sports, we've either seen or heard the horror stories of what has happened with it when it's supposed to be about the kids and about sportsmanship. He does not condemn competitiveness, which is something that I like. Competitive is highly valuable if done properly, and he explains how to do it properly and how to build up your children using it. And that's an area that outside of competitive sports I haven't really been able to take and apply to my life, other than chess or some other kind of competition, like that, which my kids have been involved in. And then there's areas that you can address to any area. This move that I'm making with the company that I'm with, he talks about, not allowing fear to control your choices, not allowing fear to stop you from taking action. Well, this is a huge, massive change for me and my wife. And the job itself doesn't scare me, but the move and everything that's coming with that, a little bit intimidating. That applies to that. It's not a book where he gives a lot of specific instructions. I want you to wake up every morning and spend 20 minutes meditating. Doesn't do anything like that. The examples and the techniques come more in the way of advice and examples of stories from other people, kind of a thing. Narrator is an excellent choice for a narrator. It has a very easy to listen to voice. Definitely does add to the book. If you are someone who is interested in becoming a more mentally tough person, in raising better children, if you're just a sports lover and that aspect of it, would speak to you, it's a book for you. It's a book I've listened to, as I've said, more than once, and a good bit of that is because of how entertaining it is. Now, I just saw the guy leave the base, so I've got to pull into a base, so it's time for me to sign off. So if you like my video, please hit the like button. If you like my channel, subscribe. Turn on notifications. Join me on my audiobook journey. It's going to continue with some changes. Questions, comments, feedback, that's what the comment section is for. Put them in there. But most importantly, no matter what else you do today, please make sure that today you listen to at least one really good audiobook. And yes, I do recommend Mind Gym. Thank you.